This episode of Where Is This Going is brought to you by Off the Grid, house of the vintage and handcrafted and created in secret. Off the Grid is located at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114 here in Holland, Michigan. And Off the Grid has everything you need to get exactly that, off the grid. Before you go away for the weekend, make sure you get hooked up with a fresh drip, with a new glass piece. They are a curated vintage apparel shop mixed with a premium glass shop, and just here to curate a vibe for you to get off the grid. Barber coming soon. They are, like I said, located at 2863 West Shore Drive, apartment 114, open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Check them out. Tell them we sent you, and you will get 10% off of any glass or merchandise purchase. Yeah, just mention Where Is This Going, and say what up to Alex and Bruce. We're good. Let's go.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Where Is This Going? I'm your host, Hunter Miles, and this is Where Is This Going? A podcast about artists you may not know yet, but hopefully will soon grow to appreciate at the very least. And today, I'm wearing headphones. I don't know. I'm trying to monitor myself. It's really a deterrent to keep from touching this, and so I know what distracts you as listeners because I care about you. But because I care about you, I have another artist for you today. In the studio, we have Kieran McAlister.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know what to call your last name now.
I know, it's kind of wild.
That's actually what I should have asked you. You're like, oh, you guys ready? And you're like, yeah, no, I know this guy. Yeah. Wait, what's his last name?
It's funny. I get that question a lot, especially when I come back home and
Right.
come back to the West Side. Absolutely. Big kind of confusing story. I guess my mom registered me in school under Pool, which is the name she had planned on changing it to.
Right.
But never did it in the system.
Just had planned on changing it.
So
Yeah, I had a feeling our moms may be similar in that they're not ones for paperwork.
no.
Yeah. I think my parents still are legally not divorced because
Oh.
it's just too much paperwork
Hey,
at this
too
point.
much.
Yeah. So, Kieran, welcome to the studio. You can follow Kieran on Instagram at kinda white guy.
Oh.
Do it. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter at _Hunter Miles. Go ahead and follow the show at Where Is This Going Pod on Instagram. Anyways, Kieran, what do you do?
Man, I mean, I've been doing a lot. I knew this was gonna be great to catch up with you.
Right.
You know, just we haven't talked in years.
I know it's been too long in life.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've tried to do this a few times for
Right.
sure. And
Yeah,
schedules.
I was gonna say, as is a common theme, usually in my intro, I'm like, we've been trying to do this for so long,
Yeah.
and it happens with every guest that
Absolutely.
schedules suck. But yeah, so you are a graphic design artist,
Yep.
a football player, at some capacity. We'll talk about what level that is,
For sure.
and a small business owner,
Yep.
as well. What else is on the docket? What?
I mean, the fiance at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah, you are a fiance.
I am a fiance.
You're engaged and
Expecting father.
expecting father to be. I feel like expecting mother is better because like the mother is expecting to give birth.
That's fair.
But
fair.
I mean, both are accurate.
Yeah, it was actually cool. We got to use the expected mother parking the other day.
Hell yeah.
At Granville.
Going to the mall.
Yep, I've seen that parking spot a million times. I'm always like, one day.
One day. That's my whole motivation for having a family is that I may one day get good parking.
One day.
That's the only reason I'm looking forward to getting old.
Yeah.
Or using my grandpa's car
Oh, there you go.
for handicap parking.
My gosh, my mom had one. It was a bullshit one.
Yeah.
It was a really real, but and so I remember using it as a kid all the time. And now as an adult, I'm like, what kind of assholes are I?
But also, who could blame just the convenience?
Exactly.
Convenience will turn us all into dicks. Really.
Yeah, and they're never taken.
Yeah, they're so open.
Yeah.
There's already open ones. It's not like I'm taking the last handicap spot.
Exactly.
I've never taken the last handicap spot because
Maybe that's where our asshole level's at.
yeah, I was like, no, it's all relative. Yeah, being an asshole is relative. But yeah, so all right, let's get to the football thing because that's what I'm most interested in, and it seems to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, background. You did play football in high school.
I did.
You did play lacrosse as well.
Yep.
You played club lacrosse in college.
At Ferris,
At Ferris. If you want to talk about that later, we can. But you also played football after college?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I ended up going to Ferris on lacrosse and everything like that. That was the main focus. And then some things went down, which we'll get to, and ended up going to Cross State. And I needed to do something active. I needed to be on my feet and everything. So I went and did flag football for like a couple weeks, and I was around a bunch of semi-pro guys there. And they were like, hey, we got a team. Like, if you want to come try out and everything. And I did pretty well.
Where is this over on the east side?
East side. So at that point, it was in Canton area.
Okay.
And then from there, our team practiced everywhere. When it comes to like semi-pro, it's not very like
Not very structured.
Yeah. There's a little less structure, and so we had ranging practices all over the city, and then games all over the city, stuff like that. It would be hard to call one place home.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So your home and away games were pretty much the same.
Yeah, in a way.
Where were you? Where were you playing? Otherwise, I guess, or what? Where were the teams from that you
mainly
were
Michigan, Michigan teams at that point. After that, I played 2 years with the Midwest Coyotes. That was a brand new team, and then there was rumor of them folding. So I made my way to another team that was kind of up and coming, Michigan Hurricanes, and it was really good over there. Everything was going great, and then midway through the season, I broke my leg. Right in half.
So what? I don't know semi-pro football. I don't know sports. I mean, and some people are surprised to hear that. I know, like, I look like I should know basketball at the very least.
You got some height and a little bit of color.
And I'm somewhat athletic myself because of my height and color, like you said. So I should be more invested in these things, but I couldn't just be on my own participation.
Right.
But so with semi-pro football, what league is this, or where?
So in a sense, it's developmental. Yeah, I like to think it's, some levels are right between college and pro, because you've got people who have been in college. You've sometimes got people who've been in the pros. They've been at NFL level, and they end up, kind of going there when they need that. They just need to get that out. They need that football still.
Yeah, they need that edge part.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you lose a competitive edge at some point when you're, like, I've heard it talking about it in the NBA, where it's like it's not even basketball anymore because it's just these one superstars trying to do. They're not playing the team game of basketball. It's because it's losing the passion for the game.
Yeah. And when you play in these games, especially football, with it being so contact, there's such an adrenaline rush to that.
Right.
And like I would imagine, it'd be like telling someone who rides motorcycles they can't ride motorcycles anymore.
Right.
It's so hard. It's so hard to think about. But I've played with so many guys. I played with guys who are coming out of high school. I played with guys who were just at college and they're taking a break, like they're on summer break basically.
Right. Like a gap.
And they just want to still get that feeling. And then I played with guys who've been in the NFL and could still get called to this day and just do it because they're still missing that. They're missing that feeling. I fell into it real well, just the height, the athletic ability, and everything. And I was playing tight end, so receiving the ball at first.
I was gonna say, so you started out on the offensive
side, playing tight end, and then it just came down to one game. They wanted some guy on defensive end, and I went in there and like the very first play, got a sack strip fumble on the quarterback, and my linebacker took it all the way home. So,
hell yeah. It sets a good standing for your defensive strategy.
Yeah. So I figured, all right, I mean, maybe I got a shot at this. So I ended up focusing on that position the rest of my career. Done pretty well at it, a ton of stats and everything like that, all-star awards and stuff.
Nice.
It's been great.
Yeah, I've seen you going down to down south for things. I'll say down south because I think I've seen both sides of the country, Vegas and Florida.
Vegas, Florida, Virginia Beach, Cancun. I think we're going back to Vegas again, coming up here soon.
Nice. Vegas for what?
USA All-Star. It's a semi-pro levels All-Star.
Okay, cool.
And I've done a couple events with them already. Won every time, done well every time. Got an MVP award through them.
Nice.
And it's been great. But I do feel my way out coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So what was it? Just the inactivity and like wanting to be on your feet that got you just back into football because you had played football for not your whole high school career.
No, so I played up till I think it was junior year, and then I had a neck injury then, so that I ended up missing the final season, but I still was able to play lacrosse.
Right.
And yeah, it was just like there's something in me. I want to be active. Flag football didn't feel like it was really fulfilling it, so I was like, all right, put on the pads.
Yeah. All right, I guess I got to hit somebody.
Yeah.
I guess I got to hit someone. The aggression's getting too big in flag football for sure. All right, now I want to talk about the graphic design a little bit because I feel like things will tie back through. We'll see. I don't have a strategy. Wrap it up in there. So what are you? I just saw you did the single.
Yeah, single album art.
Okay.
I've been working on that for a lot of guys. I met so many people through Detroit that are up and coming artists and doing so well. Those guys, I keep pushing for greatness because I know I'm going to at some point see them get signed, see them get their shot.
Of course.
And it's going to feel great to be there in the beginning stages.
Right. Who did you most recently?
NPR Blue.
NPR Blue. M or N?
M. As in mom.
Yes.
There
Okay.
we go.
You're like, what's the whole name that starts with M? Yes. NPR Blue.
Yeah.
Damn it. You were supposed to email me.
We'll get some tags in there. We'll get it all at the end.
I was going to say, we'll throw it up in post. But yeah, I want to show the examples too.
Absolutely.
But yeah, because what I saw on Instagram or Facebook was great. And also surprising to me. Not completely, but just because of the graphics part. Because I remember funny sketches, just like almost like doodles, but sketches that you had done of, was that you or Gabe who had done the one of you, Gabe, and Drew?
That was Gabe.
That was Gabe had done that one, yeah. But I want to say it was a Cuddy thing later in high school.
Yeah.
But when did you...
Like when did it start?
Yeah, when did you take it to graphics? But also, where did that type of artistic
so actually
ability come from?
I think the first ever one that I had ever designed, and maybe you remember this, was the foam party hosted by Clayton Brand.
Yeah, I do.
All those fire trucks showed up.
Yeah.
Because of capacity.
Yeah, no, I remember there was multiple Clayton Brand parties that
ended that way.
Yeah, didn't go great.
That was the first time I ever did it. He hit me up and he said, "Hey, I need a poster real quick."
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember printing them off, and we did guerrilla marketing. We threw those over every high school in the area.
Oh yeah, that's one. It's a good way to get that art out there too. But dang. All right, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna scour Facebook for that poster, and we're gonna see if we can throw it up.
Yeah, so that was the first one. That was the first one. And then I ended up knowing that it was so fun to do. It was so fun to just kind of make your own art, make your own marketing, and everything like that. And so that's what I ended up going to Ferris for, was graphic design.
Yep.
I went through the program. It turned into more website and HTML focused, and that's where I was not planning to go at all.
Yeah, it turned from graphic design to website design, basically.
Yeah, and I'm not a coder. That's not me. That was a whole nother language.
You're not a real numbers and
no, and
numbers guy.
Especially, I could find out that you could look at like paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs for a page, and just like one little period in there screws the whole thing.
Yeah,
up.
You're like, I don't have that much attention to detail. You're like, no, I pride myself on my dedication and attention to detail, but that is annoying.
Exactly.
I get it. Yeah. Too many characters. I understand.
So there's like a whole, like, you had to like basically just like show all your work for the past 2 years in your associate's program and basically apply again to the bachelor's. And so I called it good at the associates.
Yeah.
And from there went to like a marketing focus. And,
Okay.
Yeah.
So more of a, what took you into the marketing focus?
I just had a lot of friends and everybody asking me, I've got events coming up. I've got stuff like this.
Okay, so
I would like some sort of promo for.
Yeah, and so you started to take graphic. Did you do also, like with promos and stuff? I understand like graphics and did you incorporate your graphic work into promos and stuff? Were you talking about posters and stuff, or are you just talking about like shout outs and social media stuff?
Posters.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, no, I'm a promotional guy. I just promote everybody.
In a way, the artistic version of that.
Right. I'm an artistic promoter.
Yeah, there we go. But yeah, I just and then at that point I had become president of the Ferris State Lacrosse team, and so of course we needed all sorts of designs. We needed everything. We needed uniforms, posters, everything.
Right. Yeah. And so with your position of president of the club lacrosse team, that came a lot of responsibility and some perks, maybe, right?
Yeah, some perks and some withdrawals, like
some with a great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
Not all of us are worthy of that responsibility.
Yeah, we could say that
at this time in our lives when we get it.
Yeah,
I've been down that path.
Yeah, so I think that's the great part where we relate is like we both had kind of like real downfalls. Almost it seems like around the same time.
Yeah,
and then bounced back, and now we're both doing pretty great.
Yeah, and it seems like it. The last time I saw you, or one of the last times we had actually like hung out and spoken, we had commented on. I don't remember at all.
Yeah,
that's due to drugs. But yeah, no, I've been very public about my drug use, and that's what makes it easier to come to grips with. Oh no, I just won't remember that.
Yeah,
because I was doing whatever. I was doing benzos, or there was sorry, there was a very vivid time or vivid memory that lives in my mind that I remember made an ex-girlfriend of mine very upset.
Oh no!
At a house party of yours, and that's one of the last times I do remember seeing you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was an indoor pool, and there was
that party,
and there was me passed out next to that indoor pool. This is what I remember. And then her just having to take care of me. Sorry, Liz. You seem to be happy now, though.
Yeah.
So I think everything works out for the best.
That was a wild party.
Yeah.
That was an absolutely wild party.
Yeah.
Gosh, I remember we had taken so many people from Ferris, and those people are from all over the world.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And then you have people from Zealand
who are
a very specific type of trash.
Their own form of pretentious, it seems. And I did not even process the fact that those worlds would collide at some point.
Yeah, no. And it's sad because people from Zealand do go to Ferris, but also not to everyone with Ferris.
Yeah.
Like that's, and like I had brought friends too, I think from CMU, which is not all over the world. It's mostly like Lansing or Detroit, or like not even Detroit. It's downriver,
right? Unless they're athletes, then they're anywhere.
Yeah, but
that house party got pretty wild. There's a few other ones for sure.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you were known for parties in high school.
Yeah,
and I was known for stealing half gallons of UV blue.
So it just was a perfect combination.
Exactly. Why wouldn't our paths cross?
Yeah. I do remember we just had such an obnoxious amounts of alcohol, but nobody there would be over 21.
Yeah, and also sometimes we wouldn't even have much of a party.
Sometimes.
Not every party's a hit. I've learned that about comedy shows. It's actually helped me come to grips with people not showing up to shows. You're like, you know what? In high school, when there was nothing to do, we would invite tons of people to a house and no one would show up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, people just do stuff.
Plenty of failures. There's plenty of weeks where it wasn't talking about Kieran's house party. And there was weeks where it was like, did you go?
and those were the ones I was like, oh, no, I didn't. I missed out on so many stupid parties in high school. That means it was probably turned out for the best, but like some of your parties that I know were like the first more memorable ones. that I just heard stories about. Jake's Halloween party was another one.
Yeah. Well, it's like my first party wasn't even on purpose. It was an accident. I remember specifically.
I fell into it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Mom.
I swear by it. But no, we had I remember strictly 5 people can come over. That's it. I had a group of 5 people and texted all of them, let them know what time and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We went to pick up the last one, and he's in a parking lot with all the seniors and everything like that. Brock Finistad.
Oh, yep.
And
shout out Brock. We'll put his Instagram handle.
There we go.
Bro Finny.
Yeah. And so as he's walking through the parking lot to get in my car, I hear just one of them go, "Oh, where are you going?" "Kieran's house. Nobody's there. His parents are home." And from there on, yeah, the next thing I know, I think it was about 2 hours later, I had 50 people in my house.
Right. And this is sophomore or junior year?
This is sophomore year.
Yeah.
Yep. And I do remember the worst part was seeing the 3, I guess, most hype girls of the freshman class, all tiny, petite, passing around a half gallon.
You're like, this is going to end awfully.
Go terribly. Yeah.
This is going to be awful.
Yeah.
That was my class. I don't want to know who they were.
Yeah, we won't name drop here.
You already dropped Brock, so
for legal reasons, we'll keep going. But yeah, and so the parties or whatever, and then the one with the pool in it, that was fantastic over in West Olive.
Yeah, that was a time that, like I said, I don't remember much, but I know it's due to a good time.
Yeah, exactly.
Though not everyone I was with was having a good time.
Like you said, she's your ex now.
It's because she's happier now. And I'm glad for it, as are most of my exes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Leaving me was the best thing you ever did.
But yeah.
Less sad.
Less
okay.
sad, yeah.
So, all right. I alluded to it. With the great power comes great responsibility, and too much access for maybe what we're ready for in our lives.
Absolutely. So being at Ferris, they voted me as president, and I don't know why a 19-year-old.
You're charismatic.
I guess so. That was it.
Well, think about this. We've both been manipulative people. Definitely. It's a trait you have to acknowledge in yourself.
Absolutely.
But it's only possible because we do have a good quality about us. It's because we're charismatic. Yeah. And you can choose to see that as a good quality if you choose to do good with it.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately for both of us, we have not always done that.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the whole power part.
Exactly.
And I'm learning to use my charismatic power for comedy, or trying,
and it's working out great.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But
the shows I've seen and everything, you're doing really well,
dude. Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming. We had a packed. Hey, come out every Thursday night, Paris Lounge at 9:00. We actually had a packed house. It was. I didn't take any pictures of it, but Kieran was there and can attest.
Yeah, absolutely. There were people.
There were people there. It was full.
Yeah.
There was actually people looking for somewhere to sit. It was.
Oh, including a crackhead outside.
Yes, he didn't want much to do with the show.
Oh,
but...
you're talking about one. There's another.
Oh,
yeah. There's a whole female walking down the street.
There's a whole female,
and she sat. It was funny. Jason was had his back to the window, and she went behind him to try to see the stage.
Oh, okay.
And
she was interested then.
She was interested, but obviously he didn't move, and he didn't know she was even back there. And she knocks on the glass, and she flicks him off. And she's like, "Fuck you, all this shit." I was like,
she wants to see the show.
I guess so.
Move. Don't you see me trying to steal this show? You can just come in, ma'am.
Yeah, exactly. Craziest part ever though is she goes 911 and runs away. She didn't say it into a phone. She didn't say it to anyone.
Well, also maybe that was not a crackhead. Maybe that was a sex trafficked woman trying to get your help.
That could be it.
I think you and Jason actually fucked up.
We might have. We
may need to revisit those camera angles.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we get the footage?
Run it back, please. But we keep getting off the the great
Okay,
power,
go
great
ahead.
responsibility.
Yeah. So the charisma. What did you do with your charisma? You won.
I won presidency,
Yes.
which felt pretty great and everything. And summer came pretty quick. Literally everybody that was in delegation, vice president, treasurer, graduated.
Yeah.
So now it's just me,
It's just fresh.
whole program, 19 years old.
Yeah.
I get back to school the following fall. I've got to start getting it together. I got to literally set up tryouts. I got to set up rosters, set up games, set up everything. And eventually, like, well, where's the money coming from?
Right.
And I talked to the treasurer. He said, "Oh yeah, I got a card. Come get it from me."
Mm-hmm.
Go get it from him. I guess you could say, don't hand a 19-year-old a $60,000 credit card.
Yeah.
That's
Also don't. Also, because we haven't been fully explained how cards work, you could just give us the card. It don't say what's on, like there's a limit or anything.
Yeah.
Because maybe we will just be cautious at first.
Yeah.
But I mean, no, we won't. But if you say there's like a whatever kind of limit on it,
Yeah.
you're like, all right, well, we're going to that at least.
at minimum.
At minimum. At minimum, we're going to that. And then we'll deal with whatever happens after that.
Exactly. And I hate to say it, I said credit card, it was a debit card. And
Yeah.
he did say straight to my face, there's $63,000 on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, sounds good.
Duly noted.
Noted, yeah. And so throughout the season and everything, also being a full-time student and then running a whole program, you know, there are people who get paid thousands a salary to run these programs.
To run a program,
yeah.
right. You're like, this is my salary.
Yeah. So it didn't start off that way. I wasn't just like paying myself or paying off any of my stuff at first. It was just, okay, I have to go do a meeting with the league across state. Well, someone's paying for that gas.
Exactly.
Like, someone's paying.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went about the whole year. Next spring came for spring break. I went home, came back, get flicked on my way back up to Big Rapids.
That's right.
And I had some weed in the car. Mm-hmm. And so...
and this is 2015 or 2014?
It's 1450, somewhere in there.
Okay,
yeah. And I ended up getting pulled over, finds the weed eventually, like they always do.
Yep.
And took me to jail. This is before legalization.
Yeah, that's why I was noting. Yeah, it was 2015 before legalization, and also before we were. I mean, after legalization, they wouldn't take you away for
exactly.
Yeah.
It'd be a ticket or so.
Yeah.
But and the worst part about it was that it was a Chevy HHR, and there's a little like hidden console on like the dashboard.
Yeah.
And throughout them searching the car, they never opened it once.
Yeah.
Where I should have.
Yeah, that's where my shit should be.
That's where it should. But in my head, I'm like, they're gonna hit that first.
But yeah, no, I think. Well, see, I believe at like 16 and 17 years old, that's when we were the most innovative with our cars. That's what, because one, we're the most. Some of us, depending on the person and the activity, was more inclined to destroy a tiny bit of their car if it could help them in a pinch.
Absolutely.
So you would see many of like cup holders that could come out, or like the part right around the gear shift or whatever. It would just lift up so you could put stuff in it. And, I'm not gonna name his name, but one of my old roommates in his car had like the whole face of the of his like where his radio was and stuff.
Yeah.
That whole face
Came out.
And there was you could fit a lot in there, actually. Just a whole bong. Just a whole bong. A whole ass bong.
I do remember a friend with a truck where his
know
whole
who
middle
you are.
console
Yeah.
did right out.
It actually detaches from the ground. It's hollow.
It's hollow. But so back to everything.
Yeah, so you get pulled over and you get charges now.
Get charges. Being a president of the lacrosse team, I'm like, this is not going to look good.
Right.
I can already see the article.
I gotta nip this in the butt quick.
Yeah, so I got back to Ferris. I resigned immediately. I told the treasurer, hey, look, I'm dealing with some stuff. I can't be president right now. I'm going to put you in charge. He, for some reason, first thing he did, went straight to the bank. I guess being the treasurer, maybe that's his role.
Yeah, you're like, okay.
He went straight to the bank, noticed there was something missing, but instead of coming to me, like he should have, he went to our the person who oversees our program, which I met with once.
Yeah. I don't know very well.
I do not know her at all. And then her next movement was the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no sort of let's conversate with this guy, see what's up.
It's like, hey, should we maybe just look into his situation and maybe talk to him?
Yeah, something.
No, we got the papers. We're going to the cops.
Yep. And the thing is, from the $60,000 that was on there was 5 missing total.
Okay.
And
they can say $5. Yeah.
5,000 missing total and only 2,000 spent irresponsibly.
Right.
So I had the 2,000 with me.
Yeah.
If you would have came and talked to me, I could have.
Yeah.
Here you go.
I was going to.
Yeah, like it was there with me. Like it would have been no problem. I could have avoided everything. But instead, what happened when I went to court on the weed thing?
Yeah.
And I went to leave. Thinking, yeah.
They're like, oh, wait, my bad.
We got one more.
Come back. No, this just in. Breaking news. New developments.
I was like, this is a trick.
We got another arraignment. Look at that.
Back to back.
There was DJ. Another one. Hey, bring him back in. We got another one.
And so, yeah, immediately arrested me. Brought me in. Apparently, when you have 2 cases going on, your bond is revoked.
Yeah. Yeah, because sometimes they see one as a violation of a bond. And usually when you violate your bond, you no longer have that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
speaking from legal experience, I'm not a lawyer. In any
oh yeah, neither of us are lawyers.
Yes. We know nothing to be as fact. It's just as we've experienced.
Yeah. All feelings, no facts. As they say.
Yeah. All gas, no brakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what was the charge? I get the technical.
So the technical charge was embezzlement.
Right.
And in Michigan, the law is between 1,000 and 20,000.
Oh, yeah. It's a large range.
That's a big range.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Those are totally different numbers. It could have been 1,001 or 19,999.
You're like, but you're in the same range.
Yeah.
But is that the felony charge?
Yeah, felony charge, yeah. Mm-hmm. And also a felony charge for the weed thing.
Wow, why?
Yeah. Because it was just like in bags or whatever, just which counts as distribution and all that. Yeah. And then, so it gets worse.
Well, it's better to have those both, if they're your first, to have them both at the same time. But continue.
Yeah, so it gets worse.
As they do.
Eventually get past all this, and I'm back in my apartment and everything, and was also selling weed at this time to pay for these court charges.
So they weren't all...
They weren't all wrong. Yeah.
They weren't wrong in their assumptions. They weren't wrong.
This is all alleged. I think the cases are over, but we're going to say it's
we're
alleged.
We're just going to say it's alleged.
Yeah.
It's about myself. I don't know the truth.
But we were allegedly selling in our apartment, and I was the wax guy. The guy across from me was the weed guy.
Oh, yeah.
And so... we were selling or whatever. One day comes along, and he's about to. I get up to go leave, and they're waiting to go snowboarding. All my roommates are in the living room, and as I get to the door, a cop's walking up to the door. How's it going? And he goes, we got a warrant for Kieran McAlister's arrest. And
you're like, no, that guy across the hall is Kieran McAlister.
And so comes to find out, we had 5 informants.
In your...
Come in, buy weed from us, or buy wax, and leave. It was 4 for me, 1 for him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's You're like, I have bills to pay.
Yeah.
Everyone come get my weed. Everyone get my weed.
Yeah. I'm trying to pay off these weed charges.
Exactly.
Weed money.
Yes.
And so Big Rapids didn't like a third charge.
Yeah. That's usually like a third strike type of deal.
Yeah, usually.
No, once again, I'm not a lawyer. I've just heard the terminology.
Yeah. So after fighting everything for so long, it ended up sitting 2.5 months in a county jail with no information on when I was ever getting out. I was terrified.
See, but by the first month, and you still don't know anything, you're like, well, okay, this is kind of sets in. Yeah, I did, because my longest time in jail was 25 days in Isabella County.
Okay.
Not fun.
No?
No. And actually, when I got out is when I started smoking crack.
Really?
It wasn't my first time smoking crack, like, when I had gotten out, but I'd already been privy to the experience of it. And because of that, I had a reference point for what these crackheads were talking about, because everyone I was in there with was talking about crack the whole time. And yeah, that's my number one issue with just like the
legal system.
Yeah, the county penal system or whatever, the county jail system. I just wanted to say penal. But it's just putting addicts in a mental space that is definitely not conducive to recovery, but also jail isn't in itself isn't completely conducive to recovery, but it's not what they're focused on.
Yeah, like and I look at it every time, like, jail can either work or cannot work.
Yeah, it can work or hurt.
Yeah, absolutely, because you got to think about it. You throw someone in jail for doing something wrong. Well, now they, if they're not coming from a good point of support, or they have their own vehicle or anything like that, you're gonna release them. But
you're gonna really set them back too.
Yeah, you're gonna release them with fines now, and then you're gonna release them with they have to come back now. If you didn't have a ride and you don't go back, you have another warrant now.
Yeah.
And it's just a consistent...
you're going to have to come back to the court, and you're going to have to deal with how to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm so glad for the support I had when I got out, because otherwise it would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Especially, I went over to the east side of the state, coming 4 hours back every weekend to deal with it. It was terrible. Yeah. And the worst part about it is every time my lawyer came back to me, this judge doesn't like you.
Yeah. They've said, this is one where your charisma will not work.
Yeah.
Issue was, no.
Yeah. I mean, we could
was the judge racist?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. Born and raised Big Rapids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not completely, I was just up there, not there. Is that near Newaygo at all? Or
it's
no?
above it. Above it
still?
Yeah, about 45 minutes or so.
That makes it worse.
Yeah.
Because I was just in Newaygo last night doing a birthday party. I performed at a birthday party. I'm a sellout. But it was super fun. Got free food, pork butt. They had so much of it. Also, that we just call it pork butt. Like, we don't care.
We don't care at all.
And we eat it up because it's delicious. Yeah. Anyways.
I saw a restaurant in Granville that calls it roadkill. Yeah.
Well, that's not cool. But you eat it, I'm sure.
Exactly. I'm sure they had a few good reviews on Yelp.
So. I was going to say, I'm sure they're not struggling for business. I mean, if they were, they'd change the name.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was an interesting party. There was I went with one black guy and one white guy. Okay. And so I was the in-betweener.
Nice.
And I was diversity for the whole thing.
Really?
Because they were all white people up until we got started. We got started a little bit late. Yeah. And then, so right before we got started, there was the first interracial couple I'd seen. My whole hour and a half there, I'd pulled up on a boat, and I was like, okay.
Perfect.
A brown person. We can do this.
Let's get it.
And there was, they were all Trumpers. We'll call them that.
Yeah.
Is it derogatory to be accurate?
I guess we'll see.
No, I'm sure that's what they say about us. Is it derogatory to be accurate? You dirty and you stole.
You hope.
Yeah, you hope. Kinda. That's all you're good for. No, but there was also like a pride pontoon, we'll call it, that pulled up. Okay. But it was only to pick up one person. And then they left.
Leaving that party.
I thought that group was coming. No, I thought that group was coming to join the party. And I was like, it was right before the show got started. I was like, awesome. This is going to be cool. And then they just picked up one person and left. I was like, dang. Well, I wish we would have at least had that one person still.
And do you still go for your content? I don't want to do any of it or say anything on here. Do you still go for your same content in front of a full white crowd?
I mean, yeah, most of it.
Yeah.
I mean, depending. I pulled out some older jokes I hadn't done in a bit that were, I mean, even more talking about race, I guess. Yeah. But actually, Oh no, I did this at I think I did it at Ambrosia after it, but I don't know. I tried to do a Trump. Did I do no? Where I did a Trump joke after it, and I was like, yeah, wait, no, this isn't topical anymore.
Isn't my crowd.
No, I'm just saying it's not topical anymore, and that's what I was just like, oh yeah, that's what Trump was good for.
Yeah.
I took a Trump. I took a sympathetic viewpoint of Trump.
Did you really?
In an all-black room, and it didn't go out well.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, guys, you realize this was a joke, right?
And it's so I haven't heard a Trump joke in forever.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I was super stoned. That's what I was saying about that party was they just it was so weird because it was all Trump supporters. And I did address this on stage. It was all Trump supporters, but all of them, for the most part, seemed like they smoked weed or were definitely grew it.
Okay, so we have hippie Trump supporters.
There was a lot of people who grew weed, but also had like conservative values.
Okay, I think those might be my kind of people. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find myself on the spectrum.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you're conservative fiscally now because you've seen what money in the wrong hands can do, and that's what we'll call the government, wrong hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So from this, I do want to talk about your small business then. So just kind of, so we've kind of touched on all points.
For sure.
So we'll make our journey from it. So, you, all that stuff and the charges and stuff happened back in what 2015. I think
we're going
15,
into
16. Yeah. That's about my trouble was 16.
Okay.
But so all this shit in 2016 is now what? You get out of jail.
Get out of jail. Also, the issue is the judge hated me so much.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
After 2.5 months, still wanted some time out of me. Mm-hmm. So I was living over on Groseal, which you're familiar with.
Yeah.
And
once again, sorry, Liz.
Nice place. I consider it the Holland of the east side of the state.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
It's half hour from the city.
Yeah,
where all the rich people from the city just go on there.
If it's not Holland, it's like Saugatuck or South Haven.
Yeah. And so she still wanted time out of me, and so every weekend for 4.5 months, I had to go sit in Groseal's jail.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's not too bad.
Not too bad. Yeah. Especially they're not really a jail.
I would imagine that Kid Rock has probably sat a few weekends in that jail.
It's not a bad jail. It's literally they're supplied by the restaurant that's like next to them. Like all the food comes in from a restaurant, and like
that restaurant's got a great government contract. That's awesome.
And for 4.5 months, I saw 2 other people in there.
Oh,
that was it.
Wait, that seems pretty solitary.
It was,
but also it's just a weekend. It's
so it's Friday 8 p.m. to Monday at 6 a.m. Mm-hmm. They did let me bring books.
Nice. Your own books,
some markers, and some paper. So,
is that where you got really hyped up on your graphic
design? No. I think it ruined it.
It stifled my creativity.
Because I just literally I was always bad at freehanding, and so I was trying in there, and it was just going terribly.
It was just discouraging to the craft.
Yeah,
it's like if I went in there to work on writing jokes, and then all of my inspiration was just all of the sad shit around me.
Right.
Actually, you can turn that into something.
Maybe.
But that's been my actual point of art the past few months.
But anyway, so I ended up doing 4.5 months in there. It was terrible trying to get a job over there because I'm like, every weekend.
Right. Yeah. No, I would. I can't work at weekends.
Yeah. Period.
No, don't call me.
Yeah. You won't be able to reach me.
You won't be able to reach me.
So I had to do those weekends. Had to try to figure out something. But my stepdad owns a painting company, or ex-stepdad owns a painting company in Detroit.
How many ex-stepdads you got?
I got one.
One?
How many?
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I got 2. I was
gonna say it's because she only married 1 or 2.
She married both. Of them.
I call it, like I said, there was no legal divorce in my family, so there hasn't been a legal stepdad.
Okay, but you've had a couple.
I've actually had 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay.
2, I'll say.
It's crazy. We're similar at that point as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think you relate to my comedy and enjoy it so much.
Absolutely.
If you don't know, a little breakdown. I'll just do the bit. I'm kind of black. You're kind of white. That's where I find it. That's where I love that you're. Throw his tag up again. This is the kind of white guy, and if I could just get a hashtag kind of black, no, we'll do it. But yeah, kind of black. My mom is white. My dad is black. Yeah, such tradition, of course. But yeah, and is your mom thick? Would you say?
Up top.
Up top. It seems like a question to put people on the spot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna start doing it more often.
Please do. I love it. I love it. That was my first time in the hot seat. So
Is your mom thick? I guess you actually had to picture your mom's body and just judge it. You creep.
Unfortunately, but she complained about getting their fake. So
okay.
yeah. So that's the only reason I know. There's plenty of times in the operating waiting room.
Okay. Is that most of your mom's hospital stays were just cosmetic surgery?
Oh my god!
Is that what the handicap sticker was for now? That's it. You were like, oh, it was bullshit. I was like, no, it was a real operation, but for bullshit parts.
Yeah. But so where were we at?
Stepdad painting business.
Yep, he owned his there. I started working for him, and we'd knock out apartment units and everything like that with my ex stepbrothers. And I basically call my brothers now because especially we've been so close.
I was gonna say, do you still hang in contact?
Yeah, well, one plays football with me currently, and has the whole time. And so Pro actually really got me into it. So
nice.
Me and him are really close. The other one moved up north. I'd say he's the whitest of us all.
No, but is he mixed too?
He is mixed, yeah, but he's lighter than me.
Dude,
I would say he might be lighter than you unless you got a tan rocking right now.
No, we'll rock a tan later on in the summer, I'm sure. I'm hoping. But for now, I think this is almost natural.
All natural?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say a little bit lighter still. He's like borderline.
Yeah, I mean, I'm what I'd like to consider ultra light skin. Just for still being mixed. Like if I was full black, I would definitely be ultra light skin.
Yeah.
And people have asked me, and I say, what? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. But you don't see a lot if they're actually half and half. You don't see a lot lighter than me. I have a cousin. I have a couple cousins that are a little bit lighter than me, but that's it.
We're actually worried right now. I mean.
Oh, what your kid's gonna look like?
Yeah, whether he'll be profiled or not. That's the question.
Here's the thing. From experience, you are darker than me, though. Yep. That's the only thing. My son is 3/4 white.
Okay.
And 1/4 black.
Okay.
Yeah. Which means
what my kid's gonna be.
Yeah, which means he's white. Like I tried to tell myself that he can say nigga. I tried to tell myself that. I never told it to him.
Not yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
And I'm going to withhold that from him now.
Gosh, man, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna be open cannon around my kid.
But it's not just because of his complexion. Hey, believe it or not, my mom is the one who gave me the nigga talk.
Really?
She never said it because she knows where she stands.
Yeah.
But she was the one because my dad is too white. My dad's too white to acknowledge.
Have you ever heard him say it?
No, never.
I've never heard my dad say it either. We have the whitest black dad.
I've heard my dad goes off in road rage, and he will never say nigga. So yeah, he is pretty white. He does drop the hard. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Dad. He doesn't watch this.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's a funny joke is dropping hard R on white people.
Yeah.
If they piss you off,
I feel like
shake them up.
I feel like it does open the door though for.
Okay.
They're like, "Oh, you said it. Now I'm dropping it." I don't know why. Just legally, I feel like it opened the door. They're like, "No, now I was just quoting what you said to me."
Shit, I guess you're right.
And then, because they'll just say, "Did you just call me?" But they'll use different emphasis.
At that point.
They'll use a different emphasis. Yeah. They won't put the emphasis on me.
Yeah. I think maybe out of the 4 times I've tried it, they're usually too confused.
Oh, okay? So you have put it to practice.
Been out there in
That's
the world.
my bad. That's my speculation. I haven't seen it in work.
Yeah. Usually too confused for a response.
Yeah. Okay. That's a way.
They're like, Can you even say
Can
it?
you? No, see, you don't get that. I do.
I don't know, man. There's a big point I want to bring up too. Is the light skin complexion?
Okay. The complex.
Complex. There we go. Sorry. Complexion.
Complexion complex.
Yeah.
It's a thing. But no, I get it. But for me, obviously, I don't know your struggle. You are darker than me. You're more blacker passing.
Slightly.
You're blacker presenting than you present blacker.
Okay.
Than I do.
Good terms for it.
Whether that's my doing or not, but I believe it's my genetics. Just my complexion once again.
Yeah.
But
I have a theory.
Okay.
I have a theory on light skin people because when I was growing up on the east side of the state, I was always the whitest kid.
Yeah. And in complexion or otherwise?
I guess it was both. I guess
okay. Complexion, or we'll say personality, character.
And then I come over here and I'm the black kid, and it's like I can't win.
Here though, because you grew up on the east side, right? We didn't get into that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You grew up in Detroit, in the Detroit area.
Born in Grand Rapids.
Okay.
Went to Zeeland through first grade, and then went over to the other side of the state. And
for like 5 years?
Till the end of middle school. I think it was 8 or 9, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was just coming over here, being the black kid again. What I think I really realized, though, is that I hate to say this, I'm going to sound ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll probably relate, at least.
Biracial people are so beautiful, so great looking, so unique and everything. It's like a damn unicorn.
Yeah. I mean, especially here.
Yeah. And so people are kind of, jealous of that, and we are jealous of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because there's battles within it.
Within
biracial. Yeah. Because it's the whole colorism thing too that people talk about. But yeah, overall, it's just a lack of comfort or appreciation for yourself because we're always looking at others. That's the thing. And so it's so much easier to appreciate what others look like or what others have because we don't have a constant mirror on ourselves to appreciate the things because you're not always looking at your skin to be able to appreciate it. You know what I mean? Because you think about a painting. Like the longer you look at this tapestry even, the more you'll appreciate like just the patterns in the wolf or the moon or whatever. Like it, absolutely. The longer you look at it, the more you appreciate things.
Right.
So, stare in the mirror more often.
Yeah, something like that. But like where I was getting with
it,
it's all good. I was always the new kid at school. Mm-hmm. And so when I was the new kid at school and like say there was already one mixed kid, because there's not too many of us out there.
Right.
There's already one mixed kid. I would get immediate just like there's always tension.
Jealousy and tension.
There was just tension always.
There was only one time that didn't happen with me, I think. And it was when I met my first.
Okay. My first.
Zach Hill.
Oh, okay.
Zach Hill and I didn't have any contention at all. We just immediately connected and we're best friends.
That's awesome.
And it was me, him, and like Blake Jackson. We were all really good friends, like immediately.
Okay.
Well, me and Blake he was just weird. Blake was a weird little kid, but he's fun. He's cool now. I need to talk to him.
I think we were all weird little kids.
Oh yeah, duh. I mean,
we're adults now, but like back in the day, we were some fucking weirdos.
But I definitely agree with that. Because the jealousy of the attention comes.
The attention,
because we've been me in Zeeland. I grew up in Zeeland, so I've only had like the perspective of being in a white part and having mostly white friends because those were all I could have.
That's all that's around here.
That's all that's around. It's all that's available. But my race was always joked about, but it was you're not even that black.
Yeah, so we can do it.
Yeah.
That's our past.
Exactly. And so you're going to acknowledge that I'm different, but also tell me I'm not different enough, and that's why I can do it. Yeah. But also, I didn't have, besides my family, I didn't have another, black perspective. But when I did, it always just felt like, because I was being told by white people that I wasn't black enough, that I wouldn't be accepted by black people.
Right.
Because I'm not black enough.
Exactly. And you're not accepted by the white people because you're not white enough.
Exactly. Because they're going to acknowledge how black I am and say it's not enough still.
Yeah.
Like, so where do you want me?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, then I still didn't have like, I didn't feel like I connected with just even black people like that I would meet or friends. Like that I would later make. But like, I feel like I didn't connect with them because I felt that I wasn't black enough. And then it feels like I'm projecting on them. I'm like, you're black, right? Like, am I as black as you?
Yeah, where do I lie in your black
exactly.
meter?
They're like, what's black? Like, and I'm like, oh, that's what I've been wondering too. Like, it's a struggle that I'm just putting on them.
Yeah, and I don't want this to come off as though, we're aiming in any sort of direction, in any sort of group.
But I hate white people.
But it comes from black people too. Like, I can't tell you, living in that area, playing semi-pro, being in the city so much.
Right.
Probably over 100 times have I been called or said I'm acting light skinned.
Yeah.
Or here comes Drake or some shit like that.
But almost it's not even usually it's not about your complexion.
Yeah.
It's about your character.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Because light skin is unfortunately our condition is being used as a derogatory term.
Yeah.
Because some of us have an air about us. We'll say it's like the pretty boy thing.
Yeah.
Like basically light skin is sunshine. Like it's
some cockiness.
Like it's if you call someone like in Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Yeah.
Like sunshine is basically light skin today.
Equivalent. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the same term. But
nobody's having this conversation. Nobody's talking about this because it's just us light skinned people don't give a fuck.
Exactly. We don't care because we know if we talk about it, then we're just going to be like, well, what are you complaining about?
Exactly.
You've acknowledged that we see you as attractive. What do you want? You don't.
Gosh.
There's a pretty boy era about. Okay, now this just sounds very arrogant.
We're getting too cocky about this.
We're gonna have to wrap. We're gonna have to wrap it up. Be more self-deprecating. So where else did we fuck up?
Right. I think it all started from the painting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We'll go back.
Back to the painting. Right. We work jobs.
We work jobs. I actually own a business. Mm-hmm. It's going pretty well. So basically, I worked for him, and then I wasted so much time.
Right.
From working from him, thinking I wanted these other jobs. Here are these other jobs that are paying me slightly better, that are doing slightly better. Screwed over here and there. When I broke my leg, I was working 3 different jobs through the same company.
Right.
But all of them were on my feet.
Yeah.
So when I broke my leg, it was over.
3 jobs off. Yeah.
3 jobs off. Once I got back on my feet, I was like, well, I guess I know one skill. It's painting. So let me get back to that. I started painting for the ex-stepdad. And then I got hired into a real company. And I was working for this guy.
A real company.
Okay, he's a real company, but it doesn't count when it's family,
right.
like to you anyway.
Yeah, I got a real job.
Yeah,
you can say I broke away.
Yeah, I broke away.
I got on my feet.
Literally.
Yeah, I got on my feet.
And I went and worked for this other guy, and I was like the 12th person on his list of employees that he had at different properties doing different jobs.
Right.
And so I got all like the last second work.
Yeah.
So I'm waking up every day like, oh, I might work today, I might not. I don't know.
Well, I'll just wait around here.
Yeah, just wait for a text. And so that's what I had to do for so long. And I eventually did the math after like 3 months of doing that. I was like, this is bullshit.
Yeah,
I need to do something.
Yeah, it's not cutting it.
Yeah, and then I did the math on how much he was making. Mm-hmm. Because the guy
just
I worked
having
for,
12 guys.
The guy I worked for never he never touched a paintbrush.
Right.
He had 12 guys, and it's a big thing Cat Williams has on. You can own a construction company and never do a day of labor.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's the same thing. Okay, go on. I don't want to stop you. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's the same type of thing that you were like with the. Oh, geez, it's like the managerial role that you fell into with your charisma.
Yeah.
with the
lacrosse
team. Like as the president there, you're overseeing a bunch of things, but then you're still playing lacrosse as well.
Yeah.
But this one seems a lot more respectable.
Separate that. Yeah. So worked for that guy, realized how much bullshit I was going through, and so I was like, all right, how about I just start my own? And 5 years earlier, when I thought of the idea, there's all these, like, everybody does. Everybody, so many excuses in the way of why you can't progress.
Right.
And why you can't go do other things.
Yeah.
And that's all we had 5 years ago. Well, if I could, like, punch myself in the face 5 years ago and be like, stupid, just start the company now.
Just start moving. Yeah.
Just start the painting company now.
It's the same thing with comedy. It's like, I don't know where to start. I don't know who. Well, fucking look around.
Yeah.
Like, just do the research.
Yeah, just fucking
I still need to do LLC work and stuff like that. And
yeah. They say it's really just for tax purposes.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I need you. Continue.
Ended up starting my own company, Casey's Painting. We'll make sure some links get in there.
Of course.
We work all around Michigan and stuff like that.
Website is
we'll get it in there for sure.
What is it?
We
Case?
Casey's Painting. No, it's Facebook. We have
Okay,
a
on
Facebook page for
Facebook.
right now.
Cool.
Yeah, working on the website. TBD.
Of course. Noted.
But basically, it ended up just taking off. It ended up doing really well. I mean, I have a work ethic a lot of other paint companies don't.
Right.
When they go into a house, they shut it down for a week. They take forever. They come and do like 4 or 5 hour shifts, take off. Like,
Right.
When it comes to me and my crew and who I have hiring, we get those jobs done as soon as possible.
Right. Yeah, with an expedience about it. Like, that's when you're earnest about getting a job done, because people actually want their homes.
Yeah.
Like they're painting it because they want something nice to look at. Mm-hmm. You know what's not nice to look at? A paint job that takes a week to do. Like, that's
plastic on everything.
Exactly.
You can't even use your living room. All that stuff. It's super annoying. And
yeah, that's a good move. I like that.
And then we worked our way into properties and everything like that. So right now we can turn out 10 to 15 units in a week and keep going. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm enjoying being my own boss. It's so relaxing.
Of course.
When I talk to like other business owners and other people, like, there's a relaxation to being your own boss.
Yeah,
there's
definitely.
Like a certain type of.
It's a freedom.
Yeah. It's a freedom that you don't see a lot of other people with.
Right.
That are punching that clock.
I mean, it's a freedom that I think we all strive for, but also some. Not everyone's built to do it, obviously. Whether it be like just mentally gifted or sometimes like just privileged to be able to, because I mean a lot of it has to come from hard work, but some of us just, not us, I'm just saying some of us as humans,
human beings,
just aren't in the space, whether it be geographically or economically.
Say lack of self-control is a huge thing too.
Oh, definitely.
You have to be able to make your own schedule.
Exactly.
Your own hours
and discipline.
Absolutely.
A big thing is discipline.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something that we all strive for, is that autonomy of like or self-reliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to just living on your own.
Yeah.
I don't know, on your own doings, I guess.
And I've always been the guy, like, as soon as I turned 16 that day on my birthday, I spent 2 hours and I hit that whole strip right there off 31 of all the stores, shopping centers, all that. I went one by one, put in an application, spoke with a manager, everything.
Yeah.
So as soon as I got this business, I did the same thing. We went and marketed ourselves to everyone. And landed a bunch of big fish, and it's been great ever since.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Are you guys, is it a seasonal job? Or
No, it's year round. I mean, seasonally we can do exterior. That's the issue. Yeah. But it's consistent. It's real nice, and having a team under me now. Appreciate you, Norm. He actually literally just texted me right now, probably about a unit, and that guy's been locking it down for me. That guy is a guy that I have lined up for the future that could just manage a property for me,
right?
And I would have no worries about it.
Awesome. So, and are you still? Yeah, you are still playing football and stuff.
Still playing football.
So, do you? Do any of your employees also have similar endeavors when it comes to? Yeah,
it is nice. If there's a teammate or something that needs a job, or he makes a post on the page, or even just talks about it at practice, come work for me.
Right.
It's super easy. Yeah. I'll pay you a good hourly and stuff. As long as you got a car.
Yeah, as long as you can get there, bro.
And have some common sense. We'll get through it together.
Hey, painting's not that hard, man.
It's really not. It's really not.
Right.
It comes down to detail, really. And some people don't have the patience for it either.
Yeah.
That's the main issue.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
But no, I've enjoyed it. That side of the state's pretty nice, but I like being back over here. I like being home.
Oh yeah. Do you have any plans to
come back?
Settle? I guess.
So what we think we might do a couple years over there with the newborn, being around her family's from over there.
Of course.
So be around them, have their full support and stuff like that. And I think, once it is old enough to get into schooling, start remembering things, I think I would bring it over here.
Yeah, bring it.
Bring it.
It's a yet to be determined child. But instead of them, we'll call it it.
Yeah.
Just because of it's the baby. That's the only part.
It's so difficult. Our gender reveal's not for a month, so every time I talk, it's either a son, a daughter, or an it, and it's a whole rotation. We just noticed it today. I'm on like this weird psychological rotation.
Beautiful. So would you consider a middle point, like between the east side and like Lansing or no, absolutely not. Oh yeah, you're
all or nothing.
Yeah, you're a U of M fan too, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Speaking of all or nothing, though, I do want to. You have several passions, it seems, and you seem to be striving in all of them. Do you have anything that you see as like, not just because this is gonna be the most lucrative for me or the most secure, but do you have anything that you see as your like true number one passion when it comes like between the graphics, the football, the business?
I think it'd be great every day to wake up and have football as my only job.
Right.
That'd be amazing. The fact that that's a career, that's something people do every day.
Yeah.
Wake up, work on your body, and go play football.
Yeah. Go play this game that we grew up loving.
Yeah, exactly. Study plays and everything like that, which I've already been doing for years.
Just learning more about more about this thing you love.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be the dream. But that you get to a point. I'm 26 now, and that's probably like the highest age you can be at this point to come into the league.
Right.
And so
I don't see you getting drafted next week.
Yeah, so. Me either. And so I think I'm moving on from that. I love painting. It's the one job that I have done that like I do truly enjoy when I am doing it. Like,
right.
I actually truly just being alone, playing music and just painting, like it's so easy, so relaxing.
And that makes it easy to be a good boss too, and a good manager. You got to run a company that one you know about, and two you enjoy doing, or at least can tolerate.
Yeah.
Like that's half of these like undercover CEOs or whatever, undercover boss. It's like they're so disconnected from the people on the floor.
Yeah.
But
and so I haven't found that yet. I haven't found what's going to be the thing that I think I put all the rest of my life into.
Right.
Being in my 20s, I still don't think it might come for a little bit. And I've been around people that are very well off, billionaires, millionaires, everything. And what I've learned from all of them is their eggs aren't in one basket. That's for sure.
Of course. And I had talked to, I had Kid Kane on, and we had talked about as well just having multiple outlets for your expression.
Absolutely.
And I think it's definitely something to take advantage of, just having multiple outlets and multiple incomes, like multiple outlets and multiple inlets. What's inputs? There we go. But things that feed you, whether it be monetarily or spiritually.
Absolutely, I listened to that podcast. So great.
Yeah, I very much enjoyed it and promoted it to everyone I spoke to, like just word of mouth. That was the number one episode I've talked to people about, just because I felt different from it. But I also, the episode after it, Cam's episode, I don't know when this episode's coming out, but sorry we're so late on Cam's episode.
Make sure you check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's available on Spotify now. Promise you. Like I said, I don't know when this is coming out, but I know it is available now because I uploaded it.
For the audience, I came in today and they're like, we didn't put the audio up.
He came in, my head was just in my hands. I was like, oh, I just made a grave mistake.
Because the video's all there. But
yeah, I was like, yeah, everyone's watching the video. Everyone, like 14 people, like everyone.
Everyone, all of them.
All the people.
Oh my gosh. But she had just listening to that episode and hearing about everywhere you can put expression is so great, because that's so needed for everyone.
Yeah. Like, yeah, and I had said too, like later that night I came in I came in here and a bunch of us were jamming. A bunch of musicians were jamming, and then I'd come in and hopped on the saxophone for a bit.
Did you?
That I haven't played in years, but it was just fun to nervously try to weave my way in and just like around notes and just getting the hang of things again. But just feeling that energy with a group too. Which I hadn't played with a band or an ensemble in a long time, and so just jamming out was.
Did you do a band and everything in high school?
Yeah, yep. I did marching band and jazz band up until freshman year.
You marched Tool Time?
Yeah.
Is that like tradition here? I've been describing it to people, and I'm thinking like everybody I know.
No, it's just here in Holland. But you've been describing it to people on the east side of the state. Like, hey, you guys know this, right?
No.
you guys know Tulip Time?
No, but like I'm just like back in high school, like because I right when I came from middle school over there to over here, I was in band over there.
Right.
And I was in there with like 10 people. It was underfunded. Like there was like we had crappy instruments, everything. I come over here, there's like 40 people. Yeah. In one room.
Yeah, and for like middle school especially, there was I mean it's normal to me. It's normal to us. And I think like West Side, I mean, we have a bunch of big high schools around here that all have marching bands.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty normal. I don't know.
Yeah, and well in middle school I got there too and she's like, "You know piano, right?" I was like, no.
Oh yeah, for percussion.
Yeah, they're like, "You know piano, right?" I was like, "No." They're like, "All 15 of them over there know it." So
yeah, they play the xylophone. What are you going to do on the xylophone, dumb motherfucker?
They handed me the biggest, dumbest drum.
Yeah, they're like, okay. Oh, like, yeah, no, you don't know notes. All right, we'll give you something with only one sound.
Yep.
We're not going to give you the quads. You can't even tell the difference in the sounds, you idiot. If you can't read music or if you can't play piano, you can't tell the difference in pitch. So you're just an idiot.
I'm not bullshitting, and I think they did it because like maybe he's the new black kid. We can't leave him out. But I had like a concert like 2 weeks in.
He's got to be on the drums. Like he has to be on the drums.
No, so that was for Tulip Time. But the concert 2 weeks in, Triangle.
Yeah,
they gave me the fucking They gave it to me. I had no option. I thought I'm gonna come in the drums. I would come do something sweet.
No, I'm saying good move on their part.
Oh,
smart move. Smart move, Mr. Good.
Seriously. Oh, Mr. Good.
Yeah,
oh
dude.
My God.
It was a guy.
People say names around here that
I know they just awaken deep memories.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Is there anything up and coming that you'd like to talk about? I don't know what events you may do.
Yeah.
Or
it's hard
or drops that are coming out.
It's hard to promote things that are just everywhere.
Yeah.
I actually one of my goals before I have a child.
Before I give birth, you were just about to say
I was before she gives birth.
Yes.
Is I've always wanted to make like a compilation album. Something like DJ Khaled, something like that, where like it's not me. I'm not a huge fan of my voice, but put everybody together and to get great sound and to have one good compilation rap album of all Michigan artists.
Yeah, like a collaboration.
Yeah, because Michigan rap isn't a thing really right now.
Right. Like, I mean, yeah, there's
this wave.
Yeah, but also I'm not privy to it. Like I'm not in on what's great in Michigan rap. I know the rappers locally that I know. Yeah. I know that I like them.
Yeah. Well,
and I'm doing my best.
So that's been a goal for mine. And so I actually just like kind of messed around in the studio over on Wednesday with a guy, Von Classic Beats.
Von Classic Beats. He's worked with guys such as Sada Baby, Chief Keef, Pending Lil Durk, and stuff like that. Pending Lil Durk?
Durk. He said he's got the connections and stuff like that.
I thought that's like a...
Oh, a new rapper?
Yeah, Pending Lil Durk. I was like Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
I was like, you could just add whatever you want to an existing name. If you put it in parentheses, it makes it cooler too.
Right. Hey,
just Pending Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
Or put the Lil Durk in parentheses. Anyways.
Right. TBA Lil Durk.
TBA Lil Durk.
But yeah, so I think that's my goal. It's a goal and something I'm putting on top of all this. I also have a couple business ventures I'm working on. We're working on having the whole business plan developed and pitched to investors. And I'm hoping those really take off. We have some big plans for those. And hopefully next time I can wrap around to this podcast, we can shout those out.
Yes,
because
most definitely.
I'm tired of these ideas. Like, they're so real and everything, and I can't talk about them.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. That's why, like, we're going to be having a new podcast coming out. My friend Cam and I.
Okay.
You guys saw the episode. Maybe you didn't hear it, but you saw it. Some of you. But we still are having trouble finding a name for it. And that's been our biggest dilemma. So we haven't even really been able to talk about it that much. Like, we vaguely talked about it before, and I'm talking about it now. But
there's just no name.
There's just no name. So we don't...
It's hard to talk about. There's like millions of podcasts now.
So many podcasts. Why do another one? I don't know. This one's not even doing great. And
I hope after this we can get some numbers. I'll be sharing you everywhere.
You butter. But yeah, man. Dude, thank you so much for coming out.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I hope we touched on basically everything.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Once again, follow Kieran on Instagram at @kindofwhiteguy. Check out Casey's painting on Facebook.
Yep.
And Yelp. Mm-hmm. Drop a review. You haven't had the service. Who cares? You know it's good. Well,
yeah. This guy seems like a great painter.
This guy sounds like decent. And yeah, man, I admire your collaborative efforts, because that's something I always admire when it comes to artists. And just working together with other artists. Yeah. It's the nicest thing.
It seems like it's going to be the best results for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where the best results come from: inclusion and working together. That's what I'm saying. So I hope to see your DJ Khaled project turn out well, and I see that for your life. I see you as an overseer and a DJ Khaled type, because I don't know why, because now I'm just stuck on that.
We might entitle the project Michigan DJ Khaled Project.
Michigan Khaled. Misha Khaled.
Oh my God.
DJ Misha Khaled. There we go. Look it up. Actually, don't look it up, because we're going to write the copyright.
Yeah. Follow it on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Not yet, please. Not yet, please. But... thank you again, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Thank you guys for listening. I hope to see you again at Parrots in the near future whenever you come back to town.
For sure. You know, Holland's classiest bar.
Holland's best bar. It's actually been voted. I don't do the drugs. I don't do the drugs. I just make the facts. Yeah. That makes sense.
And you could quote them on that.
But you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at _Hunter Miles. I forgot what I'm on now. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at Where Is This GoPo, and you can follow them on us on Instagram at Where Is This Going Pod. Shoot us an email with any suggestions, anything at Where Is This Going Pod at gmail.com. And if you listen to us on Apple, please leave a review. Also subscribe to us. I don't know why are you not yet. And
seems silly.
Yeah.
Pretty easy button to hit, guys.
Oh, also, this one's for you and for me. I'll be over on the east side of the state July 29 at the Soul of Detroit. I believe it's in Ferndale. I'm not positive, but all of the cities run together for me.
Yeah, they do. It's a big blend.
Yeah, but get your tickets. Tickets are $10 at the door. Soul of Detroit. Thursday, July 29.
I'll make sure I'm there.
Yes. And if you listen to us in Pennsylvania for whatever reason, I'm coming to you on July 31st. I will be at, I don't remember where, because it's in Pennsylvania. It's in Williamsport, I think. Williamsport, PA, Little League World Series.
Really? Okay.
Yes, nice. I believe so. Unless it's Williamsburg, and then I'm wrong.
It's also a place.
But it is a place. But before that, I'm just plugging dates now. I'm just remembering them. I will also be at Parrots every Thursday. You catch us. I'm referencing you. Kieran's there sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Every Thursday at Parrots, but on July 30th, at the end of the month, I'll be at The Pack, the dog park in Grand Rapids. It'll be a great show. Get your tickets. I don't remember how much they cost, but look it up. Last at The Pack. All right.
If I could plug one more thing.
Please do.
I've got one more guy. He's an artist that I've been working with that honestly I think has had the best sound, and no offense to any other artist I've heard, but this guy's like literally got the best sound I've heard.
That's what I want to hear.
Kev Honcho. He's on Apple Music. He's on YouTube. He's got, I think, a couple music videos. They're shot amazingly.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look.
Kev Honcho. That's KEVHONCHO.
Yep.
Dope. Look it up. Follow. Like, subscribe.
All the buttons you can hit.
Leave a review. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you very much.
We'll see ya.